Everybody likes a good top 10, right? Let's get this party started, and welcome
to ALTV.
Some of you may not know this, and probably don't want to know it, but I'm a sensitive guy. So today, I'm gonna talk about 10 special moments in my life. Oh hell no! I'm talking about Atari moments, the way they have influenced me and still have an effect on me to this day. So let's get started right away. I'm putting this in the last spot of the list only because I missed it during my Atari days. I'm talking about the demo scene, sadly. And now there is this guy called Breddin, and I hope I pronounce your name correctly, Marco, who has made me even more aware of what I've been missing. And I love him and I hate him for it at once. Marco has written a trilogy covering all aspects of the Atari ST demo scene. Well, it's more of a love letter, actually. His work oozes passion and dedication. And this is the final part of the trilogy, just released a few weeks ago. Now, if you want to learn more about the subject, from start to finish, well, not really finish because we still have an active demo scene today, luckily, go check out the man's work. But my personal favorite demo moment must have been the first time I saw the snowman. When I heard digital music and saw the animations of the actual cartoon on the screen of my SC1435, it totally blew me away. And yes, I did cry at the end. A few years ago, I met somebody named Olaf. And Olaf and his dad, what's so funny? What? Oh, come on guys, no! So Olaf used to have two Atari ST shops in my surroundings during the 80s and the 90s. More so, he was the first official distributor of Atari ST computers in Belgium. And the way my dad's past and myself are connected to him is a totally crazy story. It's so crazy, I framed it. It's so crazy, I created a separate video of it. You can check it out by clicking the link above. This story by itself would be in the top 3 of my personal Atari moments. But since we are at number 9, there's more. A few weeks ago, Olaf paid a visit and installed NVDI on my Mega STE. NVDI is a program created by a group of Germans that replaces GAM-DOS and the VDI in the TOS operating system. Never ever before have I seen GEM run this quick and so fluently. The operating system was way ahead of its time, and I'm so impressed with it that I would even like to create a separate documentary of NVDI. Maybe one day. Speaking of GEM, I mean GEM. I recently covered the Atari PC-1 in great detail on this channel. Seeing GEM on an EGA screen of an XT PC was something completely new to me. Learning about its history has me appreciating the system even more. I have used DOS quite a bit back in the day, and just to think there was such a nice GUI already available in 1987, wow. Our precious Atari ST doesn't contain any custom chips like the Amiga. We know that, so smooth scrolling can be a challenge. There have been several games where we pushed the limits of the machine and proved the competition wrong. My favorite game to do this is Vroom. The sheer speed at which this game rushes by is still impressive to me to this date. It continues to be an adrenaline pumping ride with crazy engine sounds to boot. This shit never gets old. However, it is the interview I did in 2001 with original creator Daniel Macré that I will never forget. Even if it was just an email interview, it was the first Atari ST related thing I posted on the internet and the start of something cool. When PC games were getting bigger and better, I'm talking about the period around 91-92, I was really impressed by all these long movie-like cutscenes. I had never seen it on my ST before, just until the day I saw the first glimpse of a space shooter called Epic. When I first saw that intro sequence, I was blown away, and I was so proud my ST could do such a thing. Digital image design managed to capture me one more time with a game called Robocop 3. I have watched those cutscenes over and over again. But a true king of animated intros? You know which game I'm talking about, right? Oh, where am I? Even so many years after its initial release, people still manage to impress me with their coding skills. We have some amazing talent in the scene, releasing cool games to this day. But the release that really made my jaw drop to the floor was the conversion of Wolfenstein 3D for the Atari ST by Ray. Ray started the conversion as early as 1999, but I discovered it in 2004. On a vanilla ST with 2 megs of RAM, the game runs at a constant 15 frames a second. And when you have an STE, you get 32 on-screen colors and 4 voices sound samples. It looks and it plays amazing. I never thought the ST could handle such a game. And I always thought you needed a 286, well, not anymore. The game is almost completely converted to the ST, but Ray, if you are seeing this, please finish the project.
Synthwave expresses nostalgia for 1980s culture, attempting to capture the era's atmosphere and celebrate it. It's not back to the 80s. We continued the 80s, the 80s, the 80s, the 80s, the 80s.
Back in my days, we went to a monthly computer club. And what did we do over there? We copied games all day long. I know it's a pretty sad thing to do, but back then we had a blast and we were looking forward to it every month. I had been playing the Power Pack games for quite some time without seeing anything new. The first time I paid a visit to such a computer club was around the age of 10, and I will never forget that Sunday morning. I showed my collection of games to the guy sitting next to me and said, "Have you ever played Xenon?" And he said, "Of course." "Have you ever played the sequel?" he asked. And I said, "A sequel? Is there a sequel?" When he booted the game and I heard the first blast of the Bomb the Bass soundtrack, I was in awe. You know what I mean, right? Yep. It may sound weird, but I miss the days of actually having to wait for something. I miss the feeling of looking forward to that long-awaited game after seeing just a simple screenshot in SD Format magazine. We are living in the age of instant gratification, and well, sometimes it just sucks. So many great memories were created for me by SD Format. One of them happened in SD Format issue 66 with the demo of Stardust. That tunnel sequence was just amazing. When I heard the mod-like techno soundtrack, witnessed the super smooth scrolling and the colorful ray-traced-like graphics, I just couldn't stop smiling. What a demo! It isn't my personal favorite cover disc demo, but I will leave that up for another episode of Cover Disc Memoirs. Back in the day, you sat in front of a screen with friends playing 2-player games. That's a completely different experience compared to the multiplayer games we have been playing for the past 25 years. There are still some really cool 2-player couch games on today's consoles, my favorite being Bionic Commando Rearmed, and they do remind me of the good old days. But on the ST we really had some killer 2-player games. Games like Supercars 2, International Karate Plus, Pang, and Disc. Check out Disc, that really is a hidden gem. And there were many more. Man, I miss those days. But my favorite Atari moment happened in autumn of 2000. I was sitting in the school library. We had free internet over there. It was a rainy evening and I stumbled upon a website called The Little Green Desktop by Richard Davey. Soon after, I discovered emulation using Stu and I was blown away by the fact that I could play all these classic Atari ST games on a PC. I started talking on the LGD forum and it didn't take long before I was completely hooked. In 2001, I started my own web project called the ST Graveyard. I met a lot of people in the scene, people I'm still interacting and working with today, people I've met in real life now, and people I can consider friends. 3 years later, the first version of Atari Legends was born, and well now, 20 years later, I'm sitting here, we have a new version of the website, and we have this YouTube channel. And seriously, look around. Talk about an obsession, right? Ah, obsession. Now that was a jaw-dropping moment. But that will be for another episode. For now, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, slam the like button and please consider subscribing because we really need your support. Also keep in mind that everything discussed will be in the description below. And what better way to end this video than with an amazing retro wave track by the one and only Low-Tech Style. Stay Atari. Bye. And finally, Atari ST users who bought a PC1 were very disappointed with GAM 2. Jam. GAM on a PC? No, Jam. In the end, however, GAM just looked a lot better on a PC. No, you pronounce it Jam. When I first saw GAM running on this PC. You see what you did there, Steve?
To travel back in time to fix this.
Have you ever played Xenon? Xenon. Xenon? It's Xenon. Xenon? Oh, God.
So we can change our